So let's say if we talk about the average height of citizens of any country, let's say if India, we talk about the average height is 5.5 feet, then rarely you will get any citizen who is exactly 5.5 feet. They will be somewhere little less or more. Now how this average is helpful is that when you know the average, you multiply with the total population or the total number, then you get the total sum of the heights. So, and one more concept is, let's say there is a group, and if you are knowing its average, you are adding a new number which is same as the average. There is no change in the average. Or if we can say that we are excluding any number, one number or two number or more number, but if their average, if that number itself or more than one number than their average is same as the average of the bigger set, then again when you exclude it or you include any new set, there is no change in the average. So focusing on this concept, we can actually solve many of the questions mentally without using pen. When we have any set whose average we know, then if we include any new number, if its value is same as the average of the given set, then there is no change in the new average. Similarly, if you exclude any number of a given set, then if that number's value is also same as the average of the set, then again the new average will be not impacted. So this is the fundamental concept. Now this can be extended to more than one number also. Let's say if you are having a set of more than one number, but if it is same as the average, then its average is same as the average of the set in which it is included, then there is no change in the new average. And similarly for removal of more than one number also. So again, now how this concept is helpful. So the change in average we can actually calculate with respect to the value. We can make it equal to the average, and then whatever is the plus minus, that can be compensated by dividing the new number of values. So let us look at this concept. Let's say if we have these numbers, let's say these are 5 numbers which are 4. So can we say that the average will be 4 only? But if we add any new number, let's say if I add a 4 on this, can I say that the new average will nothing but 4? But if I add a 5, and if I can break this 5 as 4 plus 1, can I say 4 will not make any change? So the change will be made by only 1 only. Now in the average, what will the change made by 1? 1 has to be divided. If there are these 5 numbers, this is one more. So this 1 has to be distributed in 6 numbers. So we can say 4 plus 1 by 6 will be the new average. Similarly, if there was this number not 5, it was 3. We can again break it with respect to average. So it will be 4 minus 1. So the new average will be 4 minus 1 by 6. So likewise, if we can go to some other values, let's say 6, 7, 8. Can we say that the average will be nothing but 7? Whenever there is a AP series, arithmetic progression, the average is always the middle term. Or if there is even number of terms, then the average of the middle two terms will be the average of any arithmetic progression. Now let's say in this, if I add a number which is 7, the new average will be 7 only, because there is no change. And even if I remove this 7 also from here, 6 plus 8 by 2 will again give me 7. Now let's say if I include, let's say we talk about inclusion first. So if I include a 8 here, now it is more than 7 by 1. So we can say that 7 will not make any change, but there are now 4 numbers. So 1 has to make change. So what is the change? 7 plus 1 by 4, 7.25, directly we can get the answer. Similarly, if I add a 6, again we can say it is 7 minus 1. So again 7 minus 1 by 4 directly is the answer. Now if I exclude, let's say I exclude a 8. So can I say it will be just 7, and because this 8 is 7 plus 1, so it will be plus. So if I exclude a 8, basically it will take away 1. So we can say 7 minus 1 by 4. So it will be 6.7, sorry, not 4 here, it will be 2 here. So it will be just 6.5, and 6 plus 7 by 2 is again 6.5. if I remove a 6 here, now this is 7 minus 1, now this is removed, so it will be minus, so it will be added, so that will be 7 plus 1 by 2, so it will be 7.5. even 7 plus 8 by 2 is again 7.5 only. So basically you can just make this formula that the new average in case of inclusion, the new average is nothing but average plus x minus the overall average divided by n plus 1, because I am assuming that there is only one number added. If there are more, you can make this plus accordingly. And in case of inclusion, in case of exclusion, you can say average minus x minus a divided by n minus 1. So like this, if this is like removed here 6, so we can say 6 minus 7, so it will be 7 minus, now this is already minus, so minus plus minus is plus, so we can get this 7.5. So we can just remember these formulas and we can manage this inclusion exclusion very easily, or we can solve it mentally also. So let us look at some questions where we can solve the question mentally. So if we look at some question, before that let us take few examples so that we can understand that how can we solve mentally. So let's say if I take 4 examples, okay. So one is that you have 19 students, their average is 24 years. There is a teacher whose age is 30 years. What is the new average? We can have another question, 19 student, the average is 24 years. Now if teacher is included, if a teacher is included, the new average becomes 30 years. So how old is teacher? We can now go to more than one inclusion, that is the average of 19 student is 24 years. If average of 6 new student is 30 years and these two groups are merged, then what is the new average of the bigger group? Or we can have it like this, that average of 19 students is 24 years. If 6 new students are added, the average of the new, you can say overall 25 students is 30 years. Then those 6 students, what is the average they should be coming with? So let us solve this. So basically here we can easily say all these students are 24. Teacher also we can break as 24 plus 6. 24 will not make any change. So can we say 6 will make a change in how many total now? 6 divided by 20, or we can say 0.6 divided by 2, or we can say 0.3, and because this is plus, so in average also it will be 24.3. Easily we can mentally get the answer. Next one, 19 student and average is 24. If teacher is included, the average is becoming 30. So first of all we can keep the teacher as 24. Will it make any change? No. Now if the overall, now student also we can assume all are 24, and teacher is also 24. Now if the new average has to go to 30, all of them has to rise by 6, and this 6 should be transferred by teacher. That means he should be carrying 6 for himself as well as the remaining 19. That means 20 times 6 extra. So teacher, if we stop him at 24, still he will be carrying 20 times 6 extra. That means 144 has to be teacher's age. So I've heard that some people, they go to Himalayas and they meditate over there and they are able to increase their longevity and their age. So maybe this teacher might be part of one of them. So now let us go to this question now. This average 19 student 24, 6 new student 30. Can we say this all 6 student we can just keep them as 24 plus 6, 24 plus 6 like this? So if we take this 24 of this 6 student, no change. So basically how much extra they are bringing? 6 times extra. That means 36 extra. So in the average 36, but the overall number is now 25. As I told you when I was dividing by n plus 1, this one you have to take care. So here it is 6, so basically 19 plus 6 now, so this will be 25. We can easily do a multiplication of 4 both the sides, so 144 divided by 100, so 1.44 extra, that means 25.44. We can easily solve this without equations mentally. And the next question, all of you try to solve. So if 6 students are added, so again we can keep these at 24, so 6 into 24 already they are having, but that is not sufficient because the average is going till 30, so they should have 6 extra, not only for the 19 previous but for themselves, the new 6 also. So 25 times 6 they should be carrying extra. So this is the total cumulative age. To get the average we should divide it by 6, so this 6 taken common cancels out, 24 plus 25, 49 is left, which should be their average. So that's how we can be focused here in these type of question, is that which value you are taking, assuming as certain average, which value you are actually finding out. Is it the initial value you are finding out or the final value, and then which question is the question asking. So basically here most of the time you assume the initial value as A, and we can say that we can keep the 96 at A, no change. Then obviously that 5 extra should be part of that, should be transferred to all the 13 inning by 96. So basically 65 plus A, that is the initial average, is equal to 96. So we can say that A will come out as 31, but that is not what they are looking for. They are looking for the final average, that should be A plus 5. So 31 plus 5, that should be 36. So we can say again 16 inning the average is A, 17 it is A plus obviously 3 times of 71 extra, it must be transferring 51 extra. So we can say 85 minus 51, that should give us 34, but we are looking for the 17 overall average, the new average, that means 34 plus 3, 37. So easily we can solve this. So in this question it is given that average of PQRS 5 years ago was 45. So 5 years ago if it is 45, right now it has to be 50, and if T is added then it makes the average as 49. So we can keep the T at 50, but it is making all of them at 49, that means 50 minus 5, it is doing minus 1 in all of them. So 50 minus 5, that is 45. So 45 should be the answer here. Now 11 consecutive numbers, if the average is n and next two numbers are included, the average will be. So if it is a AP, the average is always a middle number, because they are consecutive numbers, the average has to be AP. So the middle number is n, and alongside left and right there has to be 5 numbers, so that the middle number is the 11th. Now if you have the next numbers are n plus 1, n plus, can I say the last or the biggest number will be n plus 5? So can I say that the next two numbers will be n plus 6 and n plus 7? Now their n will not make any change, but 6 and 7 will. 6 and 7 will make 13. Now those 13 if they are added, and because 11 plus 2 will again make a new number 13. So 13 divided by 13, there will be just a change of plus 1. So increase by 1, that means option number A. Now let us look at the exclusion related questions. So basically in this question the average of 14 student and a teacher is 20. The teacher has left. Now what we can do in exclusion related question is sometimes we can exclude the person and then we can include. So basically it makes our life easy. So basically we can exclude the teacher here, and let's say the average, because it's going down by 1 year, we can say the remaining 14 student, the average is 19. Now we can include the teacher. So 19, obviously if it is exclusion is making minus 1, the inclusion should make plus 1. So now the teacher, we can keep him at 19, and because when included it is making a change of 1, it should be in the 14 student plus himself. So that means plus 15. 19 plus 15 shall give us 34. So that is the answer. The average of 42 numbers is 25. The two numbers 40 and 50 are discarded. The average of the remaining numbers is. So we can say if they were 25 or their average was 25, there would have been no change. Now they are carrying how much extra? Other than 25, they are carrying 15 and 25. That means 40 extra. So that 40 has to be taken by the impact has to be taken by the remaining 40 numbers. That means minus 40 divided by 40. Again, there is a change of just 1 decrease. So we can say that the new average will be 24. The average of age of class of 59 student and a teacher is 22 years and 4 months. If the average age of the class falls by 4 months when the teacher is excluded, what is the age of the teacher? So we can exclude the teacher and the average will be 22 years. Now if we include, we can say it will increase by 4 months. So we can say that 59 students, when the teacher is included, there will be total 60, and 60 into 4, the teacher should be carrying extra. That means 240 months. If we divide it by 12, that will give us 20 years extra. That means added to 22. So the teacher should be 42. Easily we can solve this. The average height of a group of 5 people decreased by 1.5 when a person. Now here the value itself is given. That 162 it is. And when it is removed 1.5, it decreases. So determine the new average height of the group. So can we say that if that height was equal to the average, there would have been no change. If it is removed, it is decreased. So we can say for the 8 people, whatever is the average, when it is included, it should have been increased by 1.5. So basically 162, if we make it equal to the average of 8, it will be like A, then plus 1.5, along with himself he must be carrying extra. So A plus 1.5, how many times? We can have it into 9. So 9 and 4.5, 13.5 extra. The average of 50 numbers is 38 if 2 numbers 45 and 55 are discarded. So again 50 numbers is 38. If we check 45 is 7 more and 55 will be 17 more. So they are like, you can say 24 more. If they are removed, the remaining numbers are 48. So minus 24, because 24 they are taking extra. So minus 24 divided by 48. Minus 0.5, that will be a new average. So 38 minus 0.5 will be 37.5. We can easily say that the answer will be 37.5. Now let us look at some application in actual CAT exam. So if we look at this question, the average marks of a student in 10 papers is 80. If the highest and lowest scores are not considered, the average is 81. So basically we can say that 8 people without the highest and lowest, 8 papers without the highest and lowest, the average is 81. And if the highest and lowest are included, basically the average is becoming 80. So we can say that we can keep them the average equal to the average, that is 81. So if H plus L divided by 2 is 81, can I say their sum will be 162? Now 162 we are keeping them, but they are decreasing by 1. How many? They are decreasing all of 10 by 1. So we will take minus 10. So their total sum must be 152. Now one of them, the highest is 92. So we can say 152 minus 92. That means 60 should be the lower one. So easily we can get the answer. Now the further we can have application where inclusion and exclusion both are we have to apply, or let's say we have to apply them twice. So let us look at this question. The average of Tuesday to Friday is 48. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So there are 4 numbers and 4 entities. Their average is 48. And Wednesday to Saturday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Again, these are also 4 in number, and their average is 52. And if the temperature on Tuesday is 42, what is it on Saturday? So what we can do here, we can first add Tuesday in Tuesday to Saturday, and then we can remove Saturday. So make it Tuesday, Friday, so that we can get Saturday. So let us do the inclusion first. So if we add 42 and the average is already 52, so can I say that there will be a 52 minus 10, and then total will be 5, so it will be minus 10 by 2. So can I say that average will be 50? 42, if we include, the new average will be 50. Now Tuesday to Saturday, the average is 50. If we remove Saturday, the average is coming down to 48. So can I say that Saturday, if added to Tuesday to Friday, it should bring it to 52. So let us keep Saturday at 48. Now if I have to bring it to 52, can I say that 2 extra it should have for Tuesday to Friday, that means 4 plus itself. So 48 plus 10 extra. So can I say 58 will be Saturday. So easily we can solve it like that. Now let us look at one application of where we have to do it twice in CAT 2019 first slot it came. So Ramesh and Gautam are part of 22 students who write an exam. Ramesh scored 82.5. The average score of 21 students other than Gautam was 62. The average score of all the 22 students is one more than average score of the 21 student other than Ramesh. So the score of Gautam is, first of all, this last line, the average score of 22 student is one more than the average score of 20 other than Ramesh. That means that if I am adding Ramesh number to the 21, the average is getting increased by 1 and Ramesh has already scored 82.5. That means if we keep the average of 21 at A, then the new average is one more. So we can say that 21, this 82.5 should be equal to A plus, and we are keeping the Ramesh score also at A only, that is the average of the 21. So we can say A plus 22 extra it is carrying. So the average of the 21 student other than Ramesh should be nothing but 60.5. And the overall is one more than this, so we can say that the overall is 61.5. Now overall is 61.5. Now average score of 21 student other than Gautam is 62. Now other than Gautam is 62 and overall it is 61.5, means Gautam coming in is bringing it down from 62 to 61.5. So let's say Gautam is 62 only, and if it is bringing it down to 61.5, basically Gautam must be bringing in that 0.5 difference in for also, basically 22 into 0.5 minus we have to do. So 62 minus 22 into 1 by 2, that means 62 minus 11 we have to do. So that means 51 has to be Gautam's score.